Hello everybody. Today I will discuss about how to use some tools in the AutoCAD. These tools is very popular and the most used one, and it's very effective and give you some to draw efficiency and more fast. These tools are you can access it from here or from here. The same idea, this both of them. I think in new AutoCAD there is more tools like this. So I will just draw some object that we can use, and then we can work on it. Now, as you remember, if I want to draw an arc, then I will specify where is the beginning and the end of this arc. So I will write here, for example, a 10, and then I will go by 20. Now I specify the place for the arc, then I will choose draw arc start and radius, and then this is the start, and then this is the radius, and because this is 20, then the radius is 10, and enter. Now I have my arc here, but this arc supposed to be there is no any lines here. So to remove this line, this is the line that I have. To remove this line, I can easily click on delete. There is another way of remove. This is eraser, this one. You can, for example, click on erase, and then it's everything in AutoCAD gives you the helping blue box to follow these orders. So here he asks you to select the object, and then if I eraser is just removing the object that you want. For example, if I select all of them and then enter, everything is gone. Returning back, Control Z. If I select one thing or two things, then it give me the ability to select multiple objects, and after I finish I will click enter. Okay, now returning back. So this is the first one. For this one here, I can remove it, but I want to just remove this place. As we spoke before, we can extend a line from here to here, and a line from this point to this point, and remove the original one, the big one, the one that beginning from the beginning of the drawing to the end. However, there is a trim tool that we can just trim a place from a point to point. This one here, trim. So if I click here, this is the object that I want to remove from, and then I will click enter, then I will remove this place. This trim option gives me the ability to trim something from a point to a point. First, I select the object or the objects, one object or two object or three objects that giving me a specific area between a point to a point, and then select the place that I want to remove. Okay, so I will draw some circle here also, so it will be useful to work on the new. Now, if we here go to the next one. The next one is copy. This one, copy. If I click on it, he said select objects. It's give you the ability to copy multiple objects multiple time. So if I click on this one and click enter, it will say select the point that you will copy from, that you will grab your object from. Then if I click here, I can just copy like this. If I can put it on another place like this, so it gives you the ability to copy directly wherever you want. Control Z to return back. Yes. Now if we want to do another thing, the other thing is the mirror. The mirror here is a different way of we can use it where we have a symmetry object around some lines, or around a center line. This drawing that have symmetry between two between like a paper, and if you collapse it on each other, then you will have some the same drawing. Then you will, if we use the mirror tool from here, this one, if you go to one by one, you will see the name. So you will just click on mirror, and then he said to you select the object. So I select the object like this, and then after selecting all the objects that I want to select, I will click enter. After clicking enter, then he will ask you to select the point that he will make the mirror around, or the line. We use line, for example. So I will select this point, and here select this point, then it will give you my enter. Then I will see the same object here. My object is identical to the next way here. So this idea of drawing is very easy. So you don't have to draw everything from this side. If you can draw one side and you just repeat it from to the other side. Okay. So if we next thing, I will remove this one. Yes, next thing is to make an array. Can we change it here? Yes, if we make an array like this one, array is giving you the ability to duplicate something behind each other. So let's say clicking on array will give me this window. This window will see, if you see here this small array, this give you the final thing that you will see. Here is 4 row, 4 1 2 3 4, and 4 column, 1 2 3 4. So if we specify it as 2 by 2, so we're not next, then we have here row offset. So every element or objects, or object, one object or multiple objects that you want to make it as an array, you will duplicate it in a shape of the array. It will be offset, the offset between each object in the row and between each object horizontally and vertically. Then this is one dimension. So if we make it 10, for example, no, let's say it as 1. And this is the angle. If we want it to be not just an array that's have a vertical and horizontal, it have some angle inside. There is another way of array. This is polar array. Polar array, it's array around a circle, around have a center point like this one, and have a radius to this circle. But we will stick with this, and let's say we want to apply this configuration. How to apply it? Then he said for you select the object. So if I select the object, this one for example, and I want to repeat it multiple times, and then I will click enter. Then he now have the object, have the configuration. Now you just click OK. However, we here supply the offset as 1 and 1. Let's say 1 will, what does it mean? It means that each the offset is just 1 point. Then this circle is radius 10. So from this point to the end of the radius is 10. A shift by 1, a shift by 1, and a shift by. So the shifting have a very important role to see what's happening. So returning back and click again, let's see if we make the shift by 10. So the same idea of the radius itself. So I think now we will see some circles that's beginning from the center point of the other circle, and its end and in the other circle. So let's see. Yes, so it beginning from the center point to the center point, because it's just shifted by 10, shifted by 1. Just every point from this circle, the original one, to this circle shifted offset, have offset by 10, and have offset by 10. If we return back and make the offset is 20, not 10, it will give us a touch it. Each circle is touching each other from the outside. So this is the idea of, yes, so this is the idea. You can repeat as much as you can. You can repeat it. You can change the number of row, so you can have 4 row and 2 columns, 10 columns, so whatever you have. It's depending on the drawing that you have already. Okay, now there is another one is called move. I want to move this one, so enter. Then it will give me the ability to move it wherever I have already something that we learned before. I can move this object by clicking on this play bottom, but we this is another way of moving, like the eraser. You just click delete and you can delete it. Now here we have the rotate. If I click rotate, and for example I will choose all of the objects, and then after selecting the object, click enter, and then click the point where it will be rotated around. Then as you see, then you have a rotation. Maybe you can write the angle that it will be rotated around. So if, for example, I write 60, sorry, 60, it rotated by 60 degree. Now it is fine. Now there is a scale, another one called scale. Scale gives the object, or the object that you want to make it larger, a scale value. So you'll multiply all the dimension by a number. For example, if I make a scale for this one and click enter, then I will have to specify the point from where you see it will give a scale. Let's make the scale on the whole object. For example, if I click like this and click enter, and then I will specify the point that I want to scale. See it. Then I have to write a number. What is the number that I have to write? Then this number. So if you write 2, then the object will scale by 2. Enter, then everything is scaled by 2. As you remember, this one was 50, now it is 100. So if this is a good thing, yes, of course you can scale it by a version, a number in between 1.5, 1.4, whatever you want. It is just a scale. Then this is stretching tool. Stretching tool is like extending something like this tree. If I click enter, then I will specify the point that I want to stretch. Then you will have, you see, all of them stretch it together, not like moving it, stretch it together. You can write a number, or you can stretch it like this. Then this is a very good tool also. Now we have something like this is yeah, this is all the tools that's important. The other one is we don't use it much, but this is the important tool that you can use it directly to in your drawing. Okay, so this you can try and apply these tools, and you will see what is the effect. Thank you for listening.